Hello and welcome back to another episode of the FFS podcast, Finance's Sake. This episode is Your First VAT Return, Myths, Mistakes and HMRC Scrutiny. I'm Rachael Chadwick-Harrison, MD of Chadwick Accountants, speaking to you today from a very snowy Warwickshire, where the only thing falling faster than the temperature is the number of days left to file those tax returns. Today we're digging into one of the most critical early steps for any growing business, your very first VAT return. It's one of those processes that seems straightforward until it isn't. Joining me today is one of our top accountants, Charlie Watson. Charlie joined us here at Chadwick's after moving from industry to practice, something all our accountants have in common. We believe in real-world experience and Charlie brings plenty of it. Charlie, welcome. Let's kick off with the obvious. What made you ditch industry for the fast-paced glamour of statutory accounts in practice?
Thanks, Rachel, and great to be here. For me, it was all about variety. In industry, you can end up stuck in a cycle of repetitive month ends. In practice, every day's different. I love working with real businesses, solving real problems, and yes, occasionally giving HMRC a run for their money when the situation calls for it.
Music to my ears, Charlie. So let's talk about that first VAT return, because here's where a lot of people can get caught out. You're not just reclaiming VAT from your first quarter. You can actually go back 4 years for goods as long as you still have them on hand. That includes things like commercial vehicles. And for services, you can claim VAT on services up to 6 months before your registration date. But, and it's a big but, doing this can raise some flags. Charlie, what typically happens when someone's first VAT return is reclaimed?
Well, this is where things get, let's say, sensitive. When your first VAT return results in a reclaim, HMRC tends to take a closer look. Sometimes that means a simple request to see your top 10 purchase invoices and sales records. Other times, they want to see every single transaction in the return down to the last penny.
This is where clients are often surprised. HMRC wants proof, proper proof, that the goods you're claiming for were on hand at the point of registration. And if you've sold them or moved premises since then, you could be in trouble. This is why we always say, take photos of your stock on day one of registration. Date stamped, clear and stored safely. You'll thank yourself later if HMRC comes a knocking 6 months down the line.
Exactly. And lately, HMRC is getting more particular. If an invoice is in your personal name, not your business name, if the delivery address doesn't match your registered business premises, it's disallowed.
We're even seeing claims rejected over a delivery address not being linked to the company. It's frustrating, but it highlights why getting things right from day one is so important, even if you weren't thinking about VAT when you placed that original order 2 years ago.
And here's a positive point. None of our clients who've owed VAT have ever been selected for review. It's almost always those getting money back that get flagged. So yes, you can reclaim, but you need to do it by the book with all your documentation in order.
Which brings us to the golden rule. If you're reclaiming, prepare for scrutiny. Get those invoices in the correct name, make sure the delivery address matches your business location, and keep photographic proof of your stock and assets at the point of registration. All right, Charlie, let's take a quick detour into the wild world of VAT fiction. It's time for VAT Mythbusters, because honestly, if we had £1 for every time we've heard one of these, we'd be reclaiming the VAT on our yacht.
Or at least on the boat shoes. Let's get into it.
Right, myth number 1. I can claim VAT on everything I bought for the business, even if it was years ago. It's a classic. The truth, yes, you can go back 4 years for goods, but only if you still physically have them on hand. And for services, it's just 6 months. So that laptop you bought 5 years ago and recycled last month, that's not coming back from the VAT graveyard.
And remember, on hand means more than just memory. You need proof. Inventory lists, photos, invoices, the whole lot. HMRC aren't mind readers, but they are document readers.
That's a good point. Myth number 2. If I don't make a profit, HMRC won't care about my VAT return.
This one makes me laugh every time. VAT has nothing to do with your profit. It's a tax on transactions, not earnings. You could be loss-making and still owe HMRC a chunk of change.
And if you're in reclaim territory, they'll care even more. You're asking for money back, get ready for some scrutiny. This isn't a sympathy rebate. Myth number 3. My accountant can just sort it out if HMRC has a problem. Oh, this one really winds me up. Yes, we can help, but we can't manufacture evidence that doesn't exist. If the invoices are in your dog's name and delivered to your nan's house, there's only so much even we can do.
We're accountants, not magicians. We'll fight your corner, but you've got to give us a solid case to work with.
Agreed. Myth number 4. If I register for VAT, I can reclaim all of my personal spending too, right? No! That treadmill in your garage, your Costa habit, or that office chair that lives in your lounge, HMRC will sniff that out faster than you can say business expense.
Unless your business is a coffee review blog and a home gym showroom, it's a no.
Agreed. So myth number 5, our final one, HMRC won't check I'm too small.
Wishful thinking. Small businesses are often more likely to be reviewed because HMRC assumes they might not know the rules. Plus, your first VAT return is basically an open invite for them to say hello.
They might not even catch every error immediately, but when they do, the penalties, interest and time wasted aren't worth the gamble. Get it right from the start. So, to sum up, VAT isn't a free-for-all, it's a system, and like any system, it only works for you if you work within it. With the right setup and support, you can make it work in your favour.
And if you're ever unsure, ask your accountant, or better yet, ask us.
Thank you very much, Charlie. That's been very insightful for our listeners. And that's it for today's episode of For Finance's Sake. Subscribe, leave a review, and remember, your first VAT return isn't just a number, it's your first impression with HMRC. Make it count and we'll help you do it. See you next time.